Hey, Kids Cook Real Food. Katie Kimball here for the Healthy Parenting Connector, and we're outside today. My husband is here with me. We're just doing a really quick live Healthy Parenting Connector in honor of Father's Day week. We are packing up half of our house, and this is the last time you're going to see that door because even the door is getting knocked down. It's going to be crazy. It's okay. The door's not done. So we are talking today about the role of fathers in their kids' lives when it comes to having a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so Chris was on with me a couple months ago. We talked about his healthy living journey, coming from cereal and hamburger helper at the beginning of our marriage, and just all the shifts that he had to go through over literally 10 years to get to the point where he not only ate more healthy food, but then started to appreciate it, and then really started to own it and crave it, and got to the point where he doesn't even think sugar is cool or fun at all anymore. So he's an awesome story of just transformation, and it did take 10 years, and so take hope from that. But today we're going to talk about what fathers should do to help their kids be healthy. So Chris, do you have any foods that you don't like?
Sure. Yeah, fish and cucumbers for sure, and most of the time Brussels sprouts.
And now, but we were just talking earlier about mushy orange vegetables, because he never used to like sweet potatoes or squash or things made of pumpkin, and that's changed.
That has changed, yeah. I kind of taught myself to like them, I guess. Now I order sweet potato fries over regular fries in restaurants.
Yeah, I'm still processing this, because for so long he hated sweet potatoes, and I think he likes them more than I do now.
Yeah, you can put asparagus on that list too. That used to be something I did not like, and now I really enjoy.
Yeah, we totally eat asparagus a lot. So do you eat the foods that you don't like, and why?
I mean, I try them, sure. Part of the reason is that I think all the things on my list are healthy, so I want to try to like them. But then it's also to be a good example to the kids that, but because I had those foods that I didn't used to enjoy that I now do, it's just a good example to keep trying them to see if you're going to like them someday. But I don't think cucumbers are ever going to come around.
No, but we have fun with cucumbers, though, because the kids will, make him try them a couple times a month.
Yeah, I'd say about once every other week or so, they say, Dad, you should try a cucumber. Maybe you'll like it. So I do, and I don't.
He makes weird faces, and everybody laughs. So it's just kind of part of the family experience. Oh, it's time for Dad to try a cucumber again.
Make funny noises and faces.
Yeah, it's good. What do you notice about, how the way we choose to eat or live an active lifestyle seems to affect how the kids live their lifestyle?
Well, I think kids get a lot of their activity through play, and then as you get older, you get a lot less of that, mm-hmm. So you have to schedule workouts and stuff. So I've definitely noticed the kids will go downstairs. I work on the basement a lot. And the kids will go downstairs with me and do workouts and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they like it. So I think we've talked before about how your parents didn't really work out. You never saw your parents working out.
Right.
But yeah. That's part of our culture here.
Yeah, and I think that's part of their generation and our generation. But
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they definitely see Dad, working out 3, 4, 5 times a week, and know that I schedule it in and they make it a priority.
Yeah, so it's part of they do what we do. Kids mimic everything we do, for better or for worse, and so we hope that it's for better, right? What about at the table? What do you notice about how they mimic us?
Well, for example, Gabe, our youngest, he's 4.5. He loves salad. He loves and we
They'll have thirds on salad.
Yeah, and it's the greeny stuff, the really rough vegetable,
mm-hmm.
Type of spring mix type of stuff. But he digs it, and I think the only reason he does is because he sees that his mom and dad eat that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's together we had to create this culture, right? We created the norm at the Kimball house that meals start with the salad. So our oldest son just told us, I'm like, what'd you have for lunch? He's like, oh, yogurt and a salad and some vegetables. I was like, no, main course? Are you hungry? Do you want more? He's like, no, I'm good.
Just
okay.
Normal stuff.
That's normal stuff. And you know what? I didn't tell you this, Chris, but it is working to have you trying things, because Paul, again, our oldest, he's 14. He was putting olives away off the table, and he's like, ugh, these don't even smell good. I don't get it. I'm like, oh, you don't like olives? I forgot that, because my other kids love olives. And he's like, no, I don't. I would like to. I know they're good for me. I'd like to like everything. And I thought that's awesome that he wants to like things, And so he'll continue to try as long as the smell turning him away is probably not a good thing. He might not like olives anytime soon, but
everyone's got their cucumbers.
Everyone's got their cucumbers. It's so true, which is weird because cucumbers taste like nothing, which is why we tease him all the time. What about, like, would you say anything to dads, Chris? Because I just hear from a lot of moms who will admit, like, my husband's not on board. Like, either A, like, he won't eat vegetables at all, or B, like, he doesn't even think healthy living is important. Like, he doesn't even think eating healthy food's important at all. Like, do you have any, like, word of encouragement for those dads?
I mean, it takes time for anyone to come around, and, you know, you have posts on your site that describe my journey and the fact that it did not happen overnight. It was a very slow progression, and we took some baby steps, and then to get to where we are today. So I think that's important to realize. But I mean, I personally think it's super important now, and I would have probably told you back then, even when I wasn't totally on board, that it was super important for the kids too. So I do think it's important to at least teach the importance of healthy food and to not get in the way of that journey if it's happening.
Right. Yeah, because again, they do what we do, right? Parenting is 24/7.
Yep.
And sometimes we're a good example, sometimes we're not.
Yeah, exactly. You're always dad, and they're always learning from you no matter what you're doing, whether you're watching TV or you're, you know, building something, you smash your thumb with a hammer, you know, all those are learning opportunities, and you're not always going to get them right.
Yeah.
And so those are learning opportunities too. Like, yeah, dad screwed up, and I apologize, and I should have handled it this way is a great thing.
Right.
But I do think at the table it's important to, you know, present a unified front with your wife, especially if that unified front is about health, because I think it's super important.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it wasn't very many years ago, Chris, that you were still picking spinach out of the soup. And he would be very surreptitious about it. He would always put it on the side of the bowl, like on the plate, kind of hidden from view, never said anything verbally. I don't think the kids knew you were a greens picker, specifically.
Well, I certainly didn't announce it.
But I mean,
then part of those baby steps is that I since come around, and now I just eat the spinach. So, I mean, that might have been a twofold benefit there, not showing them, and also just teaching myself that
getting through it.
I'm going to get there.
Yeah, exactly. So we feel, and we are a unified front now, like in mind and not just in words, but I think you were unified with me in words first, and now you've come around academically, intellectually. And so, you know, we just really think that it is important. Like, if you're still drinking the pop and you're still, we call it pop in Michigan, soda, whatever. If you're still drinking the soda pop and, you know, eating the cookies or the chips, or like you'd rather have a hot dog than steamed broccoli, like, it's time to change, right? Because what's your goal in life? Like, do you want to be around for your grandkids? Do you want to be able to play on the floor with them, or do you want to be super decrepit or in a coffin and miss out on that whole portion of your kids' lives when they are awesome adults?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, back when I used to drink pop soda, you know, I started to wean myself, and then it would just be at work, you know. We didn't have any in the house, and I didn't make that known that I wanted some, but I would drink it at work, and then, you know, that was part of the weaning process, and we got to the point where I think it's terrible now.
Right, and it's been, we were counting on the last video, like 6 or 7 years since you've had any, because it had to be cold turkey for you.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm not good at, you know, just a little bit here and there. It's all or nothing is much easier for me to sustain.
Right. And so, I mean, and that's part of the individual health journey. So that's the other video. But today, you know, we're just talking to dads and moms as how we as parents are always that example for our kids. So, Chris, thanks for taking time out of packing to do this with me. Now we have to go finish the 57 things on our list
Lots
for today.
to do.
All right. Bye, everybody. Ask questions if you have any. And we want to talk to the dads. So, dads, hi. Bye. Ask us questions. This is Katie and Chris Kimball for the Healthy Parenting Connector at Kids Cook Real Food. Come back next week, where we always connect parents who want to raise healthy kids with the experts who have the information, or at least the striving in this case, that you need.